FNN.
Sylvester Stallone knew his whole life what he wanted to do. For him, it was a chance to inspire others. Life wasn't easy. At birth, he was pulled out by forceps. It's why he looks and speaks the way he does. 1,500 agents said, "No, you're not an actor." His first 3 scenes led to nothing, but he never gave up. Sly sold his first script, Paradise Alley, for $100. That money didn't last long. The last thing he had left was his dog. He got $25. That was rock bottom. He cried, and soon after, watched a fight between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. Wepner went 15 rounds but was pounded to a pulp. It inspired Sly, and he wrote for 20 hours straight the entire Rocky movie. Tried to sell it, but nobody wanted it. Too predictable, too sappy. Sly saved those comments and read them to himself the night he won the Oscar. Sly never gave up. One day, 2 guys offered to buy the script for $125,000. Sly said with one condition, "I'm Rocky." No way. We need a star like Ryan O'Neal to play Rocky. Can you imagine? The same guys called him back and offered him $250,000 not to star in his own movie. Sly said no. They countered with $325,000. Sly said no. They compromised. $35,000, points in the movie, and Sly would play Rocky. Rocky has grossed over $225 million and the entire franchise over $1 billion. What's your Rocky moment, folks? What's your vision? Your unstoppable success? You were born to be a money master. The time is now to take massive action.
Let's go over to Don in Odessa, Florida. Don, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. Thank you.
You bet. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm a subscriber to your service, and I just want to let you know that I sure do appreciate what you've done for me.
Wow.
Couple months here.
Thank you very, very much.
The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge. I absolutely love being here with you. I hope you're having a great day. If not, you should be. Just start off with a great vision of what you want your day to be like, and that is the first step to manifesting that what you want in your life. The next step is just change your physiology a little bit. Even like myself, just kind of stretch a little bit. Maybe just, take that spine. Let's release some cerebral fluid right into our brain, just simply so that we can stimulate ourselves. All you got to do is just twist that spine a little bit, do maybe a little jumping jack or something like that. Change your state. You want to do that. Why, folks? Let me tell you why we're here. And I've had the privilege, to now be being here with you, some of you, really since the beginning, just a little over a year ago. And the reason that we're here, it's called money mastery. It's not money dabbling. It's not money interest. It's not money stressing, that's for sure. But it's really about money mastery. That's the reason why I'm here with you. That's the reason I'm sure why you're turned in here. And we can take it a step further and maybe just call it business mastery. I've talked about the importance of taking a look at your trading and what you do and making sure that you're treating that like a business. Now, everyone listening, I know this to be a fact. Everyone listening right now is a business owner. You're an absolute business owner. If you're running a household, you're a business owner. That, folks, is an absolute business. If you are running a department, you are a business owner. You've got this little subsidiary, if you will. You've got this little segment, if you will. You're running a business. If you are the CEO, the president of your business, maybe you put all your money up front, everything into it, might have taken out loans, whatever it is, you're absolutely running a business. If you're a trader, if you are an investor, when it comes to your retirement funds, it doesn't matter what your level of activity is, you are a business owner. So each of us are business owners, and business mastery, money mastery is really what it's all about. That's what it is that we're here for. That's why I hope that you tune in each and every day. That's why I want you to be able to play the money game. Because when it comes to the money game, I know that some of you are still sitting on the sidelines. And for some of us, it's fear. For some of us, it's a lack of funds. For some, it's a lack of knowledge. All these things are resources, folks. And I hear it often. But the reality is, it's not about the resources that keep you from playing the game. You can play this game whether it's starting with $1,000, $5,000, $1 million, 10,000, 100,000, whatever it is. In fact, when folks talk about, I don't have enough money to get in the game, oftentimes what I say or suggest to folks is that when you use that as a reason, okay, I'll call it an excuse, if you will, to not get into the money game. But the reality is, when you learn how to play the 1% game, when you learn about risk and only risking 1%, if you think there's an issue right now, so what's the right amount of money? Is it $5,000? Is it $10,000? Is it $15,000? Maybe in your mind, it's a figure like 100. It's $200,000, because when you get up to that level, you're going to say, okay, I've got enough money and I can risk it. The reality is, the way that life works, the more that you grow, the older that you get, the less you grow, the more averse you are to risk. Trust me, risking on $10,000, 1%, $100 is a whole lot different than when you've built your financial fortune up. Let's say you're trading $1 million. And what's that 1% on $1 million, folks? Now you've got 10 grand. How about you've got $2 million in on the game? What's 1% of that? 20 grand that you're taking a look at as far as risk, what you're risking on each trade. Let me tell you, the sphincter puckers a little bit more when you're playing at that level of the game. Now, it doesn't pucker so much when you've started at this earlier age in your investment career and you've been making trades and investments using strategies and tactics, using principles that that are going to work, that that you've got risk out there, how to manage risk, how to define risk, that you're going to have a system of probabilities of winning trades and losing trades, and that the system that you're going to trade, ultimately, when the day is done, when the year is over, is going to put you in a positive mode, a positive return on your equity. So don't not get in the game from a money standpoint. Don't not get in the game because you say it's knowledge, because there's all kinds of knowledge. We've got incredible knowledge inside the den here at the Tiger's Den that Tom has created. You can try that for free for 30 days. It's a peer group of absolutely wonderful, incredible folks. I wish that I had more time in my day to spend inside the den. But, my clients, they're my first priority. I want to be able to guide them. I want to care for them. I want to be able to protect them. And so you can only do so much. I'm already, doing things about 17, 18 hours a day, if you will. But it's an absolute wonderful place to be able to get some resources, folks. You can get incredible knowledge there. At TFNN, you can get incredible knowledge. You've got a whole series of hosts so you can listen into our programs. You can try newsletters out. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to get over that, to be able to be resourceful enough to be able to get over that knowledge piece of it. Time, then you can just simply go ahead and, you can use a coach that's going to be able, you can take trades, you can understand the system, but you need to really get into the money game. Last night, while Tom was out not feeling so well, I talked about the game of tic-tac-toe. In the game of tic-tac-toe, when you play any game, money game, any other game out there, I'm sure that you're playing because you want to win. Well, in the game of tic-tac-toe, a simple game out there, right? How is it that you can win that game? What's the only possible way that you can win that game? That's right. You know it. You have to make the first move. You've absolutely got to make the first move. It's no different in the money game. You've got to make that first move. You've got to be able to get into the money game. And, what I'll do is I'm going to teach you a system of strategies and of tactics that simply allow you to attack these markets. And that set of tools, folks, will allow you to be in the money game. It'll allow you to really experience life. It'll allow you to give to others. It'll allow you, if you are, which I know all of you are business owners, that means we are all providers. And there's nothing better than being able to provide for your family, your loved ones, yourself, folks out there, be able to do great things with all of your resources, folks. That's really what it's all about. And so if you want to be, and when I take a look at the business environment, the best business environments, believe it or not, are like the ones that we're in. A business environment where there's nothing but fear, a business environment where you are taking a look at being in the next leg of a downtrend of a bear market. Bear markets are where folks that are really resourceful really make money. If you take a look, Joe Kennedy, I've mentioned this before, but in 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. How much money did he have by 1932? We're talking in the middle of the Depression, folks. How much money? think it was about $180 million that he turned that into. You know, the bear markets, these recessionary time periods, which occur 61% of the time in our lifetime, in our environment, if you will. That's, of course, if you're 130 years old, you've been through this 61% of your time. Downturns in the economy. They're the absolute best friend that you could have. Why? Because people get more resourceful. If you're in business, it wipes out your competitors. There's more tools that come on the market. There has never been more tools available to you in life than right now in order to play this money game. So thanks for joining me. We're going to play the money game. You can give me a call, 877-927-6648. Right now, we've got the Dow futures up about 55 points, 57 points. S&P up about 7 points. NASDAQ futures up 14. Nothing but normal breathing going on. And oftentimes what happens during difficult times is new tools show up. New tools. And so you know the new tool that we've been tracking around here, and we all have Tom to thank for it, really, is simply King Dollar, right? It's King Dollar. It's this guy here that's on the screen. This is so important to us. Why? Because Tom was absolutely the first cheerleader out there letting us know about the correlations that exist in the marketplace, the correlations between the dollar and the general marketplace. You know, and when we go take a look at what's going on, if I just simply pull up the ES mini contract and we take a look at the correlation between the dollar and the markets, we know that when the dollar goes up, the markets are going to go down. When the dollar is going down, the markets are going to be going up. And sometimes what happens is you've got disconnects. Now, the blue line that's on here, for those of you that are new to listening, that blue line that's on here, that is the U.S. dollar index. And what I've done is I have inverted that. Why? Because I wanted to be able to more easily display visually for you the correlation that really exists, almost tick for tick, if you will, between the dollar index and the markets. Because when you understand this, what you understand is this is a new tool. This is something new for you to be able to learn, for you to be able to add into your trading and your investing. If you're playing the ETFs, if you're playing the IWM or the TZA or the TNA or the TNA, how about that? Or the SPY, you know, or the SPXU or the SDS, the SSO, the Qs, you know, all of the other, the doubles, the triples, everything that goes with it. If you are absolutely playing those, you are trading those on a daily basis, then what you have to do, you've got to start your morning out, you've got to start your day, you've got to be able to have a chart up on your screen that shows you what's going on inside the U.S. dollar index. Don't be paying attention to the mere fact here on the screen that the lines are separated from each other. They're on different scales. The S&P right now, the E-mini is trading out 1235.50. The King Dollar index is up 3.5 ticks right now, trading out at 79.61. These are just simply different scales. All you want to be able to see is that when one is ticking up, so is the other. It shows that they're tracking, folks. 877-927-6648. We'll go take a look around the markets, the world, and see what's going on when we get back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Hope you're having a great morning out there. Market-wise, you've got the futures up a bit. You got the S&P futures up about 7, NASDAQ futures up 14, Dow up about 63, King dollar up about 2.5 cents right now. Gold trading down $2, silver up 27 ticks. You got platinum up about $5, light sweet crude up 76 cents. And if we take a look at King dollar here right now, we're taking a look at this chart. You can see it's trading out at 79.61. And you can see that, you know, King dollar, what King dollar is doing right now, folks, if we just simply go ahead and we take our crosshairs, King dollar is trading inside that October 4th high, or October 4th bar, if I'll say. The low on that is 79.38. The high on that is 80.43. In this morning's trading, you can see that the low of that October 4th bar, the 79.38 was hit, got down in trading, got down to a low of 79.35, rejected that area, has moved up towards its highs right now. And what King dollar is saying, you know, had a nice bar yesterday. You had some real nice energy, some real nice action. You know, what you can take a look at, if you're looking at this on my screen, you should be watching us on TigerTV or watching the archive of this on Channel 14. And one of the things that you'll notice from the October 4th high, when it retraced back down and then came back up. When I say came back up, we're taking a look at the date from November 25th. You'll see that it did a 90% retracement. What is interesting, if you take a look at yesterday's action as well, you know, we had the market from November 25th, the dollar index retraced back a bit, retraced back to the low on the 30th of November, came back up yesterday, and you'll see that it did a 91% retracement. So the question is now the time where it's going to try to go take out that October 4th area, take out that October 4th high? Well, right now today, what we've had is we have had a rejection of that low. So it'll be interesting to see how the dollar index plays out today. And what's behind that dollar index? Well, folks, what we know is behind that are the currencies out there, the pound, the yen, the euro. Of course, it's the euro. It's all about the euro. It's primarily about the euro, but it's not all about the euro when you're taking a look at the dollar index. We go take a look at the euro and see what it did. Boy, I was looking for this euro to do some work overnight while each of us were sleeping. Some of us were snoring, if you will, getting a good night's sleep so that we could be energized for our Tuesday, for a terrific Tuesday. And you can see on the chart here, this is the euro-US dollar currency pair. The low on that October 4th area is 131.444, and where we got down to, and we closed out the session yesterday, the low actually got in at 131.620. We still haven't made that move of a move. We were coming down with such a long-range bar that it just looks like what it wants to at least do sometime intraday here is it wants to go down and it wants to test that. If it does that, you'll see the market sell off a bit. And then what you'd be looking for is you'd be looking for a rejection of that area. If you get a rejection of that area, what that's going to set up, that'll set up a retracement. That will give you your little bit of a Santa Claus rally, if you will. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be much. There's too much up above it that is keeping it down. But could we get a little bit of a Santa Claus rally going into even beyond that time period? Let's say into the beginning of the year? Absolutely, we could. But right now, it's really all about understanding the currencies, and paying attention to the euro is really key here, because there's no, when you do this move of a move here and it stopped where it did before then, the question is this thing building up some energy to really take that on? Because if there still is this aversion in the marketplace to hold euros, and how many of you out there last night when you went to put your money in the bank, you called your banker and you said, let's go ahead and convert my U.S. dollars to euros? Because that's what you would be saying to yourself right now if you were taking a super long position in this marketplace. If you were believing that we're at meaningful lows and we're ready for a big bull market run, that decision is 100% the same decision that you'd have to say, let's go convert all of my assets to euros. So based on what you do know about what's going on over in Europe, based on what you have seen, based on the way that the leaders there, if you want to call them leaders, have dealt with problems, are you ready to convert your king dollar to euros? If you answered no, or you answered unequivocally no, or if you answered no, then you cannot take a huge long-term bullish position. You can trade these markets, absolutely, but there's a lot of folks out there, a lot of folks that are primarily investors in their 401k accounts. That's where the big bulk of their investments are. And folks, going into this Christmas season, please be careful with that. We are in a bear market. I'm not a negative guy. I'm the most positive guy on the air. So positive, I know I can teach you how to make money in this marketplace. 877-927-6648. We get back. We'll see these markets open. We'll see who's in the lead. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2 week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. You got the Dow up 90, S&P up 9 points. You got the composite up 25, small caps up 8, NDX up 22. Let's see who's in the lead here. Who's in the lead is the small caps. They're up 1.1%, and in close second place, you got the NDX 100 up 0.98. That would be the Qs, folks. And let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Kathy in New Hampshire. Kathy, thanks so much for calling.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself today?
I'm good, and I really appreciate all your shows. You do such great work. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for saying so. I really do appreciate that. I do.
I have a question on the S&P. I'm seeing a Gartley, and I just wanted to check that with you.
Okay. Now, are you looking at the SPYs, the SPX? Which chart are you looking at?
SPX.
At the SPX.
I'm looking at the SPX.
Okay.
Yep.
And are you looking at, is that a daily chart, a intraday chart?
I'm sorry, it's a daily chart.
Okay, so let me go ahead and pull that up here. And let's see, well, it's not on my screen, so let me just start here and pull that up. Let me get that up here. And SPX. I got to hit the dollar sign first. Okay. All right, I've got the SPX punching up on my screen. So tell me what you're looking at, and then we'll take a look at that.
I'm looking at a Gartley where the top would be in August of the first move and then down to October.
So August, and is there, you're looking at the
most recent one, August, let's see, August, let me get you a date. Actually, it's July. Sorry, 7/7.
July. Okay, good. All right.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
So you go from July all the way down to October.
Yes.
And then you go all the way up to what is it?
October 27th, maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
And
all
then
right.
you go back down.
Yep.
And down at 11/25.
Okay. Great.
And then that possibly would bring us up to end that. That would bring us up to 13/31. Is that correct?
13/31. So the first thing, one of the things that you want to do, what I recommend when you're taking a look at either Gartleys or butterflies, is first to try to find and identify that ABC that you're looking at. Okay. And so in this case here, what you would be doing from an ABC, we're going to follow along here with Kathy, and let's see what we can come up with. So your A point would be that October 4th low. All right, Kath? And that October 4th low being at the 1074.77. So that would be our A point in creating an ABC. Because in a Gartley pattern or a butterfly pattern, you know, the first thing, the first element of that is you're going to have an ABC in there, an ABC pattern. So that would be our A point. Our B point would be right up there at that October 27th high, and the C point would be right down at the November 25th low. So I'm going to go ahead and let me compress this screen here so it becomes a little bit easier for folks to see. And so as we compress that, what that would do is that would say we'd have an ABC that would complete at 1376.64. I think you were saying 1331 maybe?
I get 1331.48 on my software.
Okay. So in taking a look at, because now in your software, where do you show the ABC pattern that you would be trading? Are you looking at an ABC pattern that would start on the 25th?
I'm going from August down to October. That's the big part of the move.
Okay, so I got that. So when we go from October, so then if I just simply take my retracement tool, because that would be, let's say, step 2 in this process. So I'm going to go from that. Well, you said October, going from October to what?
August. Are you breaking right now?
July. I tell you what, we're going to break, but when you stay on the phone, okay, we're going to come back here. We are going to tackle whether the S&P is making a Gartley pattern, maybe a butterfly pattern. We'll see what we find out there. But Kathy and I, my co-host, we're going to solve this, folks. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
It's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We got the Dow up 109. The S&P's up 11. Composite up 26. Small caps up 8. Still leading the charge up 1.19%. And we're on the line with Kathy in New Hampshire. We're taking a look at Gartley patterns out there. And if you're watching us on Tiger TV right now, you've got an image of H.M. Gartley himself. He could be anybody's grandfather, but he is the one that taught us about the Gartley pattern. And, folks, if you don't know a lot about the Gartley pattern, one of the things you might want to try is Tom's book, The Art of Timing the Trade. In fact, we've got a great contest going on here. You can check that out on the homepage of TFNN. Now, the Gartley pattern, was brought to us basically by Larry Pesavento. Now, Gartley, in his 1935 book, during the Great Depression, we were talking about the Great Depression when I opened up, and the book sold for $1,500. $1,500, folks. 1,000 copies sold. That was the cost. The cost of a new Ford, back then a new Ford truck was $500. So for this trading technique, just to kind of give you the feel for the value of this trading technique, pretty good. Would you be willing to invest the cost of 3 Ford trucks? Right now, that'd probably be about what, Kathy? Maybe $75,000? How much is a Ford truck these days?
I don't know.
Got to be up there in that $20,000 range, I would think. But one of the things that I first wanted to show you here, and it's on page 222 in Gartley's book, where really this pattern is revealed. It happens to be on page 222 in The Art of Timing the Trade, where it's revealed as well. And so, are you watching us on Tiger TV?
Yes, I am. It's a bit of a delay, but the images are coming up.
Okay, great. So what I've got right now is both a bullish Gartley, where this will call that a Gartley buy pattern, as well as a bearish Gartley, a Gartley sell pattern. And so you had picked out an X point, okay, and you were looking as a Gartley sell pattern because we were taking a look. The top was in the July time frame. We'll go back to the chart in a moment. And so what I want to be able to show, all the listeners out there is that when we're taking a look at a Gartley, you're taking a look at a swing point. In this case here, we're going to say a swing point high, a high in the marketplace. And Kathy identified that. She absolutely did. And then you're going from a swing point high down to a low. And the low that we were looking at was that October 4th low, that high volume low that's out there that hasn't been tested. Then from that point, because you've picked out your 2 points, your X point, X marks the spot, and the move down, which is going to be now our A. From there, what you want to do is you want to draw an A to B equals C to D. Now, in Gartley's book, that's all you're really looking for is an A to B equals C to D. Back then, he wasn't using Fibonacci, contraction, and retracement and expansion. That was added, that touch there was added by, Larry Pesavento. He was the one that polished that up for us because when you saw the harmonic patterns in the markets and the way that they move to those levels, you want to respect that. You want to understand what that looks like. So Kathy, I want to make sure that so that you see when we start to go draw that pattern that we've picked out the X, we've picked out the A, and now we're going to go draw our A, B, C, D, okay?
Yep.
Okay, all right. And it works just the opposite way as well. So on a move where you're going from a low to a high, you've got your X as a swing point all the way up to the high, and then you're looking for an A, B, C down. So now let's go back to the charts, and it's going to be just a delay just for a moment. But Kathy had picked out the X point. That X point, folks, being July 7th. Now, we could use either July 7th or in this case here, Kathy might have chosen July 22nd. I would just simply go back to the higher swing point that was out there. And that came in on the S&P was at the 1356. Let me see exactly what the high is. 1356.48. So I'm now going to go from that point all the way down. That was our X point. Now we're going to go all the way down to the A, which was that October 4th area. The low there at 1074.77. Now I'm using my retracement tool because we've added that as a part of how we take a look at these patterns. Now what we can see is from the high to the low, the 0.786 area on the S&P came in at 1296. All right? Now, really, when you're taking a look at Gartley sell patterns, if that's what you were looking at, you would want to be taking a look at a Gartley sell pattern as it comes into that 1296 area. But when I take a look at the possible ABCs that are out there, we could possibly say that there's two of them. Now, the one that we're going to first look at is going from October 4th low, that 1074.77, all the way up to the high that was made on October 27th. And that's going to be our B point. Then our C point is going to be down on that Friday when we came back after Thanksgiving, the low there at 1158. Are you following along with me?
Yeah, I have those dates in as well.
Okay, great. So I'm going to draw our A to our B. Then I'm going to come down to that November 25th area, and that's going to be our C point. And what we will see when I go ahead and I shorten up this chart, that full A to B equals C to D takes us to that 1376 area. So since we would already be beyond the July 7th high, what this would be setting up, if that pattern were to unfold, we'd be looking more for a butterfly pattern as opposed to a Gartley sell pattern. Okay?
Okay, so you have the D point at, what was that, 13?
The one-to-one extension. So the move from the A of 1074 that I was on October 4th. That was our A point, and moved from there all the way up to the B point on October 27th. That was the high that was made out there, an important high to absolutely be paying attention to at 1292. I think that, I can't do the math off the top of my head, I think that's 217 points. So that is the move. That's our A to B leg. So your C to D leg is going to be a one-to-one, is going to be the same number of points. And our C point on this, if this were, if this turns out to be an ABC up pattern, our C point is going to be the low from November 25th, which is going to be at 1158. So if you add 1158 plus those 217, that's going to take us above our X point. So that's going to violate the Gartley pattern, and that's going to create the butterfly pattern. Also a great pattern to learn how to trade. Now, you can have in the C leg, okay, just to confuse you just a little bit more, you can have an ABC unfold inside the C leg. But that ABC, if we take a look at that, folks, that ABC, we'd be starting off at the low from November 25th. We'd be going up to the high that was made here on December 5th, and we would come down to the low that was made yesterday. And if we take a look at that A to B equals C to D, we'll see that gets us to 1335. And that is well above the 0.786 area. So that, too, really would take you all the way up really into the swing point, Kathy, of the July 8th time frame. I hope that helps you. But if not, sign up for my newsletter because I've done some training on this. You'd have access to it for 30 days under the celestial charting aspect, and you might be able to use that for a frame of reference as well. So you got that for 30 days, and it's really free if you take a look at it. 877-927-6648. Thanks for calling in, Kathy. We'll be right back, folks.
As Tom says, go long, America! Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You get the Dow trading up 113. The S&P's up 12. Composite up 23. Small caps up 8. Still leading the charge on the way up 1.18%. And let's go to Mark in Massachusetts. Mark, thanks so much for holding and calling in. Oh, Mark, you there? Is Mark still on the line? Oh, we must have lost Mark.
I am here.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's it. I love it. We got it. Thanks.
You got to push that magic button, Steve. Connect me in.
I'm telling you what. All right.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
The dollar was slightly up most of the morning, but the futures were down most of the morning. It appears to me that the dollar. Let me phrase it differently. That the market is driving the dollar as opposed to what's been happening recently, where the dollar has been driving the market.
Yeah.
Is my observation on today's trade correct?
Not the way that I take a look at it. And so let me, and it's a great question. So let me just give you, there's two takes on the market. So let me give you my take on that specific question. In fact, Yesterday afternoon, David White and I were having this exact conversation. So it's really, really great, and I'm glad that you called about it. And this is my take.
And maybe because we're close to the end of your show, maybe you can carry my question over with Tommy when you bring up the drug show.
I will if the doctors released him. But
I see.
Yeah.
He's still under TLC there.
He's getting a little TLC. So and we need to give him all the TLC that we can. But here's my take on the market. So first you got to take a look at the dog and the tail, if you will. And there's no question that if we take a look at the currency market, by this time already, there's probably been about $2 to $3 trillion that have gone through the currency exchanges. Okay? Whereas in the U.S. market, on a daily basis, you've got about $4 trillion in currency and FX being traded. And as opposed to the NYSE, so we cover everything, that might be in the 400 billion, I think it's about 400 billion or million? 400? Yeah, it must be 400 billion. Okay, so the bottom line is that the currency market is so much larger than that is the dog, as opposed to the stock market. And so I just can't see where the stock and the currency market, if we take a look at the futures, the correlation, that's why I pull up the ES Mini oftentimes, is just simply because the correlation, you can watch it going, overnight, if you will. Now, sometimes there's a disconnection. And when it comes to a correlation that starts getting disconnected, I look for those anomalies, if you will, Mark, in the industry, in the charts. And the reason I look for that is because then I'll go ahead and I'll put my trade on what's going on in the currencies as opposed to what it is that I'm seeing in the futures market. So my opinion is you got to go with the big dog that's out there, which is the currency market. I don't see any way that the stock market itself could push the currency market around. Okay. Because
what I noticed this morning when you were talking with Kathy, the previous caller,
yes,
I noticed that as the market went up, the dollar kind of stood where it was. Then all of a sudden the dollar went down as you were talking to Kathy, and I said to myself, "Gee, that's weird. It seems like the reverse is happening. The market was driving the dollar." When you were talking with Kathy, that's what prompted the call.
Yeah, I have contended for over a year, really since I started doing the shows at TFNN. What I used to do is I used to show the correlation between the gold and the markets, because I believe that the gold was the easier way to take a look at the real value of what has happened in the markets. And I don't know if I've got those charts hidden somewhere else, but the show's about to end. Mark, so it's so great to hear from you. Thanks so much for calling. Have yourself a happy holiday. I really do appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All right, folks, so stay tuned. Either I'll be back by myself, or my partner for the Money Masters will be back with me. Have a great morning.
Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click
station of TFNN.
Sylvester Stallone knew his whole life what he wanted to do. For him, it was a chance to inspire others. Life wasn't easy. At birth, he was pulled out by forceps. It's why he looks and speaks the way he does. 1,500 agents said, "No, you're not an actor." His first 3 scenes led to nothing, but he never gave up. Sly sold his first script, Paradise Alley, for $100. That money didn't last long. The last thing he had left was his dog. He got $25. That was rock bottom. He cried, and soon after, watched a fight between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. Wepner went 15 rounds but was pounded to a pulp. It inspired Sly, and he wrote for 20 hours straight the entire Rocky movie. Tried to sell it, but nobody wanted it. Too predictable, too sappy. Sly saved those comments and read them to himself the night he won the Oscar. Sly never gave up. One day, two guys offered to buy the script for $125,000. Sly said with one condition, I'm Rocky. No way. We need a star like Ryan O'Neal to play Rocky. Can you imagine? The same guys called him back and offered him $250,000 not to star in his own movie. Sly said no. They countered with $325,000. Sly said no. They compromised. $35,000, points in the movie, and Sly would play Rocky. Rocky has grossed over $225 million and the entire franchise over $1 billion. What's your Rocky moment, folks? What's your vision? Your unstoppable success. You were born to be a money master. The time is now to take massive action.
Let's go over to Don in Odessa, Florida. Don, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. Thank you.
You bet. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm a subscriber to your service, and I would just want to let you know that I sure do appreciate what you've done for me.
Wow. Thank you very, very much.
The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge. I hope you are having a great day. I know I am, and you should be too. What's it all about, folks? It's all about King Dollar. You know, we got to get that over my shoulder here. It is all about King Dollar. You know, the markets have been up, down, and all around with the exception of one thing. King Dollar, they tried getting it down this morning, and King Dollar said, no way. You know, even this King Dollar, I know he's out, getting some chicken soup, trying to say no way. He's not going to let it get him down how he's feeling. And King Dollar absolutely rejected some lows this morning. You got the King Dollar up, 53 ticks right now. You've got the NDX 100 is down 6 points. You got the S&Ps are flat. You've got the composite down 7. The small caps, which were leading us up, they're down a point. You got the Dow up 17. And the euro is just kind of taking the dive. You know, the DAX is now down 44 points. The FTSE up 41. And ho, 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 it's not looking good. It's looking like coal in everybody's stockings. If you were looking for that Santa Claus rally, what's it all about? It is all about King Dollar. It is all about the euro. But, folks, in your life, you know, and if you were listening before the show started, you know, our production guys were playing. They play some great music around here, some fantastic music. I love that Eric Clapton song, you know, being able to change the world, because, you know, when I take a look at what I do each and every day, I absolutely hope that I'm having an impact on your world, because I do want to change this world. You know, even though times are tough out there, when it comes to the money game, if you just understand there's normal breathing patterns, there's normal channels, there's normal Fibonacci areas and expansions that the world simply trades in. This is a one world market. There are tools available to you to allow you to make money, and I absolutely want to change your world. And mastering probability, which is really what it is that I do, folks, that is just simply what I consider to be the intelligence behind creating financial freedom. You know, and financial freedom is nothing more than your working capital, your retirement assets, churning off enough income on an annual basis to cover all of your expenses. If you're not there yet, you're in the right place. And if you are, you're also in the right place, because achievers, folks that have attained financial freedom, are also trying to protect their assets, are also trying to make sure that they don't lose that financial freedom, and how it is that they can help others. And I'm here to help you do that. You can always give me a call, 877-927-6648. And what I absolutely want to do, I've had hundreds, I'm talking hundreds, which maybe sounds like a small amount, but I've only thrown this offer out here for a bit. And what I've got up on my screen right now is the September 23rd, 1939 time frame. Why is that important? Well, it's important for a number of reasons. Number one, it's really replicating the environment that we're in right now, and you need to understand that. What we've got is we've got a 17 planetary index date, which occurred on September 23rd, 1939. We happen to have another one of those planetary index dates come in, and our market, our high was established on October the 27th. And what you can see here, these are events that are really anomalies. I mean, this one here that we had this past just a month or two ago was number 20 since 1800. That means there's 15 more left of these going all the way out to 2100. I hope we're all here to see all of those events. We'll certainly know how to play it based on the past because, folks, the past, for some, does equal your future. I know for each of you out there, your past does not equal your future unless your past is filled with so much greatness, with stuff that you're so grateful for. But from a standpoint of growth, I don't want your past to equal your future. It's always about learning more. Larry, Basil, David, myself, each of us here, we're always yearning for learning. I hope you are too. We've got all kinds of great resources to help you do that. And I'll go ahead and send you a free report. If you just send me an email at steve@tfnn.com over the weekend, I put this report together. I thought it was really important because, you know, you've got folks that are talking about the Santa Claus rally out there, and you've got folks that are talking about, I'm not just talking about, you know, just I'm talking to media, okay, about the pre-election year, and that is what we're in right now. And what most of those folks don't understand, and I want you to understand, is what else did we have going on astrology-wise, astro-wise? What else is it that happened back then that might look like it's happening now? And, folks, this is what I'm taking a look at. Am I a prognosticator of the future? Absolutely not. But can I go from one moment to the next and have conviction with regard to how to trade these markets and how to make money and how you can attain an incredible financial future? Absolutely. But you got to take that first step. You have to be willing to play the money game. Sitting on the sidelines is not going to create any type of financial freedom. I understand fears. We've all got two of them. There's only two fears that each of us have that we've got to struggle through each and every day. Your first fear is that you won't be loved. Well, I'm telling you, underneath my care, guidance, and protection, you will be loved every second of every day. And here at TFNN, we absolutely love you. I love being here. We love that you're here with us. And so getting over that fear, folks, that's an easy one. That's where, you know, you can take out your samurai sword. You can take out your weapon of choice, if you will, and you can cut that to shreds because you're always going to be loved, folks. Absolutely. So what's your second fear? Your second fear is really not being enough. Really your fear of loss. Well, let me tell you, in the money game, when you manage your money properly, you're going to have some losses. But the reality is that each of your lives, each and every day, you incur losses all the time. It's happening all around you. They've just simply grown to be acceptable losses to you. And so you don't even pay attention to them anymore. In the money game, you actually will get to a state from a trading and investing standpoint where you're not even going to, you know that some losses are going to come, but because you know you've got a defined risk, folks, you're going to just accept that it's going to be, you're not going to pay attention to it. You're going to be looking for the next trade setup in order for you to be successful in your trading environment. That's what it's all about here. You know, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. I'll send you this free report. Talk to others, those folks that you simply come in contact with, that you've got an interest over the holiday season, whatever it is, where you've got an interest. You know, everybody's going to parties, and folks are going to be talking about markets, what's going on, how's life, who have you met, who have you learned. This is a great time for you to be able to help me to spread the word to so many folks. You can have them send me an email. I'll send you this report. And it's really important because I believe that the only way to know where you're going to is to understand where you've come from. These patterns here in the marketplace, where I say your past equals the future, well, that's because of the patterns here that most folks never change. We each have patterns, and I want you to absolutely be able to take advantage of those patterns because that will help you, that will guide you through these markets. And so, you know, again, we've got the September 23rd, 1939, right here where I've got my cursor. This happens to be January 3rd, 1940. You know, was there a move? Well, if you take a look at the Dow, you know, we go back to December 27th. Well, shoot, Christmas had already passed, right? Oh, well, let's go back to Thanksgiving. So where do we have Thanksgiving? You know, I don't recall exactly when Thanksgiving fell this year. I'm going to say it probably fell on November 25th. Somebody probably could Google that and tell me that, yes, it was November 25th, 1939 that Thanksgiving fell. And so if we go take a look and we say where the market opened, the high on that day was 150.46. And if we go take a look at Christmas, let's take a look at December 26th. We were at 150.11. We were at 150 even on the 27th. And, January 3rd, you had a little bit of a run-up, if you will, went all the way up to the 152 area. Folks, that might be what we're looking at right now as far as our rally. We might just simply trade a little bit sideways, maybe a little bit lower, but I'm thinking there's coal in your stockings, no matter whether you were good or not, naughty or nice. And then what you want to take a look at is 1940 was a pre-election year. And in that pre-election year, folks, what happened was in the May time frame, things fell off the cliff, just like the euro did this morning. I don't know what the news is behind that drop-off. It's going to be important to take a look at the euro. Let's switch over to the currency screen here, because it's making a move of a move. It's making a little bit more of a move of a move. And so it's going to be important for us to take a look on the daily chart to see where that euro finishes off the day, because the move on the euro is at the 131.444. You're trading out at 138.43 right now. We have busted through that area. And why? Because what would you rather go home with? Would you rather go home with King Dollar? Because I know most folks would like to take King Dollar home with them. Or do you want to go home with, I don't know, what do you want to call the euro? We got to come up with a nickname for that. Maybe one of our listeners has got one. But would you rather go home with King Dollar or Queen Euro, if you will? Well, I know the answer to that. But this is really important, because in this case here, you got ABCs inside the euro chart. We're looking at a daily chart here that just simply, take you to much, much lower prices. If you just take a look at this most recent ABC down, this here would take us into the 128 area. That is absolutely logical. Why is that ABC logical? Well, because if we close below this area, if this area gets rejected as a move of a move, what are you going to do? You're going to go out here and you're going to test the next swing point. Well, the next swing point is January 11th, 2011. I promise you, folks, if that's where the euro heads, you are going to see much lower prices in the S&P, in the Dow. It's going to start moving us down towards that October 4th area. If we take a look at just the expansion in between on a daily chart, going from this swing point from October 4th all the way up to the high that was made on, what was the high out here? What date was that? That was probably our P-index date, October 27th. It absolutely was. Well, you've got a 1.272 expansion of that A to B equals C to D swing point, folks. That's where the euro is going. When we take a look at the close or tomorrow morning, we will absolutely know if we're going to be going there real shortly. We'll be right back, folks.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You get the Dow up 47. S&P's up 4. Composite down 3. Small caps pretty much flat, down about half a point. And you got the NDX trading down 4. Important to watch that NDX because it led us up and it may be leading us down. Let's go to our co-host, Rick, in British Columbia. Rick, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing really well. Yeah, it was fun. I guess Merkel said something like the ESF, which is
the European Stability Fund.
Yeah, she said that something like maybe there's not going to be as much money in there as people thought she had maybe said, or something like that.
They don't have any money in it yet. Wait a minute. They haven't sold a bond yet. That's too funny. Really, that's what spooked the market?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay. All right. Well, look, it's going to be important, folks, for us to watch the euro and where it does close because of the correlation that exists out there. So, they are struggling to get their act together out there, aren't they?
Well, it's a sad state of affairs, like a lot of these countries have pride, right?
Yeah.
And,
yes.
For instance, I don't know the whole scoop, but Britain, which is not part of the euro, but
yes,
they were part of the European something.
Right.
And basically they felt that, because Germany's a big dog, that they were losing sovereignty in some deal, so they more or less said, over my dead body.
Absolutely.
And
as they should.
Yeah, and I think other countries, you have, France, there's history with Germany over the years. I mean, there's a lot, and then you got 17 countries involved.
Yes, absolutely. It's not a good situation to.
It is not a good situation.
That's for sure. And the problem is that it's not that difficult to see. What real leaders do, is they solve problems. And, to have, I don't care if you've got, 17 different countries or what have you, you still solve problems out there. And they haven't done it. They've kicked the can down the road. It's what I dislike about what we've going on, in our country right now here in the United States. Instead of stepping up to solve problems, we just keep kicking some things down the can. But not here at TFNN. We won't let that. We're not going to kick anything down the road other than, maybe the euro or something like that. But well, thanks for letting me know what it was that, look, I've been looking for. I really wanted to, I wanted to see the euro at least make that move of a move. And I was looking for it to do it in over. I was surprised that it didn't do it in overnight trading. Really, from about 2 o'clock in the morning on, I really thought, okay, as soon as London exchange starts cooking, they're going to sell the euro off again. And so look, we've got that test, and now we'll have to watch and see what happens throughout the day.
Hey, I've got J.P. Morgan on a weekly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've also got the SPYs on a weekly, and I think if you expand it to a monthly, But anyway, J.P. Morgan looks to me like it can go to $18.
Yes, and right now it's trading out at 32.16. And what are you taking a look at an ABC pattern?
Well, it's got a gap down there on a weekly.
On a weekly? Where's the gap at?
I think, let me just hang tough. I just quickly switched to the SPYs as well because I kind of want to correlate that a little bit. But anyway, J.P. Morgan, way back in the day there, I guess it was May of 09.
May of 09, okay.
I see a little gap on a weekly down there at about, not 18, it's at 23 actually.
Okay.
And it is forming somewhat of a head and shoulder top right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like Bud always says, you can always
find those anywhere, huh?
That's not hard to find.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they can correlate with what you think, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, absolutely.
Now if we can go to the SPYs maybe and go on a weekly or even a monthly 3 years.
I can do that. I can do that for my co-host, no problem. So we got the SPYs. We're going to a monthly, and this will go back as far as we want. Okay, I got it up here on the screen.
Now, we came down real hard there in August, and then we went back up. Now we're fluttering around.
Yeah.
But it looks to me like, we should pull back to, 950, somewhere in there, in that level.
Are you looking at the SPX or the actual SPY?
SPY.
Okay. Hey, Rick, do me a favor. Hang on as we go into this break, and we come back out. We're going to continue to take a look at the SPYs, J.P. Morgan, and anything else you'd like to look at, folks. You can give me a call, 877-927-6648. Get the Dow up 47, and King Dollar. What's King Dollar? Up 44 ticks right now. We'll be right back.
It's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2 week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your Gold Report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer, prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And you've got the Dow up 52, S&P's up 4. The Euro closed at, let's see here, the DAX closed at 57.72, gave up 13 points, closed off of its lows of the session, but again, making another lower low on its way down to the 0.618 area. You had the FTSE close up 57 points, and we are on the line with Rick from British Columbia. We're taking a look at J.P. Morgan. We're taking a look at the SPYs on a monthly basis. And so let's take a look at the SPYs. You know, that's where we were closing some things off. So give me your take on the SPY on the monthly chart that you're looking at, and I'll give you my take. Rick, you still there? We got Rick, folks? Rick, you there? Yep, there we go. Okay, we got the line back open. Sorry. I was having to screen. You know what? It was that must have been some cold weather between here and there.
It's real Christmassy here. We just got 6 inches of snow.
Oh, no kidding. Good for you. Now, do you guys get a ton of snow out there?
Some years we do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're about 100 miles from the coast, so, you know, we have a mountain range that kind of stops a little bit of it, but we get our share.
Yeah, now, did you go skiing out there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a ski hill just above our town, actually.
Oh, cool. That's great. So,
chairlift in a T-bar with some mineralization underneath, right beside it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
actually,
great.
yeah, we got some mines here, but that could open up on the hill, but because it's kind of a touristy thing, they basically suggest go elsewhere.
I see. Okay, good.
Hey, yeah. So it was really interesting what that one caller said, I think last hour or at the beginning of this hour, how where if you look at where the euro is now, where the dollar is, how much stronger the market is. I found that very interesting.
Yes.
And this is traditionally a very bullish time of the year.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it.
And I don't know how many times I heard the hedge fund people don't want to miss this rally. And people were arguing the bullish case from that point of view. But anyway, I found that quite interesting, actually.
There's no question, and and it was a great question. And what I don't do is, I mean, I'll occasionally look at it, but I haven't figured out the answer to it, and I know it doesn't really impact, from my standpoint, the decisions that I'm making, which is, look at where the dollar closed today, go find out where that dollar was, the last time it was there, and where the markets were, and try to make a correlation from a trading plan. Do I recognize that there's a difference out there? Absolutely. But I haven't been able to put that together as a trading plan vehicle as much as I am watching the correlation and taking a look at other patterns, if you will, that are out there. And so when it comes to the dollar index, it's so important to take a look at, what's going on in Europe, as we were talking. And, right now, not exactly right this second, but at some point in time during the morning, and I've got the Great British Pound U.S. dollar, it made a wonderful Gartley pattern out here. Looks like it did. Yeah, it did. Made a wonderful Gartley buy pattern. And what's really beautiful about this, let me just explode this up on my screen just for a second. Then we'll go back to the S&P. Folks, this is a daily chart on the pound. And you couldn't actually set this chart up any better, in my opinion. Why? Because you've got three of the Fibonacci summation index numbers up here with regard to retracements and or expansion. You've got a 618 contraction between, and I'm looking at the November 25th low all the way up to the high that it made on November 30th, and it goes ahead and it pulls back to the December 6th time frame. So you get a 0.618 retracement of that area. You then have got a 786 retracement that is showing up from the high that was made on November 30th. You've got a 1.272 expansion that came in this morning, I don't know what time, and a 786 retracement as well. This is a wonderful Gartley buy pattern, but will it hold with everything going over in Europe? I'll tell you what, Rick, if this holds and the euro closes above that 131.4 area, Santa Claus may be coming to town. 877-927-6648. Rick, if you want to stay on the line, you can, but if not, no problem. We'll be right back, folks.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of two emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. I think that's the number. Geez, I've had a little brain fart go off right there. And folks, you absolutely want to stay tuned, and because what we've got is got a great show coming up. We got the Options Hour. It's either going to be Don Kaufman or Victor Jones today, commercial-free, uninterrupted. And if Mike from Lakeland is listening in, Mike, I did not get a chance to get with Victor or Don over the weekend. I will next week. Mike had called in last week, I believe it was on Thursday, and was asking about a trading strategy. And so I want to get with Don. Now, if you are listening, Mike, go ahead and give Don or Victor a call, if you will. And one of the things that I had asked Mike to take a look at was taking a look at the strategy that he was discussing, and if he hadn't used that, what would his trading plan have looked like? Really, what would his expectancy calculation look like? And that's really what trading, folks, is all about. If you want to be able to trade and free up your mind, be able to put on a trade when you see a pattern set up, and it's all about patterns because they repeat time and time again. What you want to do, I'm flashing up on the screen here, it's called the expectancy table. This is what you want to be able to build for your system. This happens to be the expectancy table of my newsletter, of my trading system. This is, I started the newsletter back in the late June time frame. We've done 75 trades in 5 months. 68% of those trades have been winning percentages in this volatile marketplace. Our factor of what we risk, and that's really what you want to take a look at. The key is you want to measure your profits against what it is that you risked. So in this case here, if you risk $1 on this trading system, we've been making $1.12. 27% of the time, we've risked $1 and only lost 79 cents on those dollars because we've adjusted stops or what have you. 5% of the time, we've risked $1 and lost $1.46. When you understand those aspects about your trading system, and it's always about risk, you need to have some type of measurement tool, and it should truly be based on what your risk, what have you risked and what is it that you're receiving. Because when you understand that, that's going to give you a factor. In this case here, my factor is 0.48. Since we've done 75 trades in 5 months, I don't think it's a stretch that we'll do 150 trades over a 12-month period of time. And yes, that is giving you a whopping percent of 71%. Will it stay right there? Look, what I know is the system that I trade has got a 70% win-loss rate, period, whether we're taking a look at the lunar aspects, which I introduced back to everybody back in June of this year. I mean, truly laid out a chart. If we go take a look at my lunar trading strategies, taking a look at the different 6 cycles that we've got out there, I'll go ahead and pop that up on the screen here right now. And if you take a look at that, it's amazing. It's not amazing. It's really wonderful, if you will, that we can take advantage of lunar cycles that we know are going to that are going to occur in advance. In this case here, what I've been using is new moons, full moons, first and third quarter in apogee and perigee. And in this case here, you can see up at the highs that we had a first quarter moon come in on December 2nd. We had the full moon lunar eclipse come in on Saturday. So the question was Friday or Monday going to be the high? What we had some nice patterns that came in. In fact, my subscribers and I, we went short the Qs because the Qs looked like they wanted to lead us down. And what we were in was we were in the SQQQ. I gave a projection of where to enter that. We got in within about 3 or 4 pennies, I think, of the actual low. Made some nice money yesterday. Took a little bit of it off the table. And so, you want to understand this strategy, but mostly you want to understand the money game piece of it. There's so many different ways to make money. If you are let's say, a day trader, and these days here, with the volatility that we've got, it's not a bad business. If you're looking to expand your business, your money-making business, you might want to take a look at what you would need to do by understanding the opening range. That's what I'm going to put up on my screen here. Larry Pesavento put out he's got many books. One of my favorite books is called The Opening Price Principle. And it's about a book, I don't know, maybe about 60, 70 pages, but it's not one of those large books. It's just, I can picture this little light blue cover that he's got on there, and it's called The chart disappeared. You don't have my chart feed, guys? We do. Okay, good. And so he wrote a book quite a while ago called The Opening Price Principle. And what I've done is I've taken that and taken a look at what else is going on inside the market. And I use what's called the opening price range, if you will. And when I take a look at the opening price range, I take a look at the first 30 minutes of the day. And what you'd be amazed if you go back and you do your work yourself, what you're going to see is that 50% of the time, within the first 30 minutes of the day, it establishes the high or low of the day. In this case here, what I've got up on my screen is a 5-minute chart. What you'll see that I do when I trade the opening price range is I take whatever vehicle it is I'm going to trade. In this case here, let's say it happens to be the Qs. And I put the Qs, I have a 1-minute chart, that's down here in the lower right-hand section. You can see on the Qs, you can see that coming in at the 11:34 time frame, you had 1 million shares trade hands at that point. I use the 5-minute chart. This is what I really pay attention to, is the 5-minute chart, but I do look for any kind of unusual activity inside the Qs. What I also have up is a 30-minute chart, so I understand what's going on there. And in this case here, and then I always have the daily chart. I just like to have those 4 quadrants, if you will, up on the screen. Now, when you first start out inside the 1-minute chart, and I'm surprised I don't have it. I guess I was trying to, there we go. So let's just punch up the 1-minute chart here. Then we'll go to the 5-minute chart. And you can see here I've got the high. And you guys, let's just test it and see. We'll take a look at this tomorrow. Right now, the high of the day came in at 946. So that's within my 30-minute range, if you will. And it's because the reason why I use that 30 minutes, I don't use 31, I don't use 32. I just simply use a 30-minute chart. And the reason that I do that is because there's so much buildup, between when our markets close and when they open. So much activity that's going on between what's going on in Europe, in Asia, what is being pushed out in our press markets, if you will. And so what I do is I use that. Now, in this case here, the high during that time frame was 56.98. The low during that time frame was 56.74. So we can already discard that during that time frame that 30-minute low was put in here, because let's see, the 10 o'clock time frame took place about right here. So that was the low, was right where we opened. So we can already discard that being the low of the day, because right now we're trading out at 56.36. So the question is going to be, and I'll tell you that 50% of the time, folks, if you go back and you take a look at it, during the first 30 minutes, you establish the high or low of the day. Well, knowing what it is that we've got now, knowing what we've got going on with King Dollar and everything else, how would you trade this? 877-927-6648. We'll be right back. We're going to cruise into our last segment. Boy, time flies.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make. Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Go long, America! Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system. Before December 31st, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648, and thanks so much for joining me. It has been a wonderful morning. I have enjoyed every moment. Stay tuned, because coming up next, we've got either Don Kaufman or Victor Jones going to deliver an absolute fabulous options hour. From 3 to 4, we got Ken Shreve. 4 to 6, Tom will take us home from there. And before we went to break, I was showing you the opening price principle, if you will. Great book that Larry had produced. I've put a little twist on it, if you will, and how I use it from a trading perspective. And that is absolutely just taking a look at that first 30 minutes. Before we went to break, we were looking at the 5-minute bars, the 1-minute bars. Now I've got the 30-minute chart up on the screen. And what I'm looking for here, remember I told you that the high or low during that 30-minute session, 50% of the time, and it's really more than 50% of the time. There's ways to use this to your advantage from a trading standpoint, but at least 50% of the time over this volatile marketplace, during that first 30 minutes, it has established the high or the low. So if we're taking a look at today right now, we know that the high here has been up at the 56.98. We're looking at the Qs. Now, that first 30 minutes, you can see I got a blue line over the top. That's our high, the red at the bottom. Do it however it is that you'd like to. But what you have here, because this established the range, what happened during that next 30-minute session was, as the market was moving up here, what we created here was a bearish engulfing candle. I'm looking for candle patterns either on the 30-minute or the 5-minute chart to give me some type of indication. Sometimes it's a retracement, but what's nice here is this gave us an indication that the market wanted to trade lower. What happens? And so then at that point in time, you've got to decide, well, where is it that you would go ahead and you would put on a trade? Oftentimes, what you'll see is you'll come back and you'll test that opening range area. Now, the low on that 30-minute bar here, the low here was 56.74. Folks, I don't make this up. Try this in your trading plan. If you have not tried trading the first 30 minutes, the opening price principle, the opening price range, go ahead and give it a shot. You know, take a look at it. The low, 56.74. What does it do during that next 30-minute segment from 11 o'clock? The high, 56.74. If I told you that this was the range, here was where you could have put on a trade, knowing that you had a bearish engulfing pattern take place during that time period. Then you've got to take a look at, okay, your exit strategy. Now, where did this trade to? You could have got in, let's say, at 56.74. This so far has traded down to a low of 56.17. So what are you looking at? You're looking at 50 cents or what have you, during a half an hour's time. And for some of you, with regard to the capital that I know that you trade, that would have been a nice trade. What do you look at that stage? Well, then you start coming down to retracement levels. What do we know that markets do? We know they breathe, and the way that they breathe are just simply taking a look at 382, 618, and 786 areas. You can see that what the Qs did here was they sliced through that point 382, went ahead and got almost down to the point 786. Point 786 would have been 5613. Got down to a low of 56.17, 4 cents away from that area. Right now you're trading out at 56.41. So, you can see here the opening price range. If we go back and we take a look at yesterday, and we'll take a look at, just to show you how this works, okay? And we take a look at that first 30 minutes, we see that the high out there was 56.45. That was the high of the day, and you can see that high of the day worked yesterday as well. So go check out the opening price principle and utilize that as one of the tools in your trading system. We just have a few moments here. Let's go back and take a look at the euro, see what's going on inside the euro, if I can pull up that currency pair. And you're going to want to pay attention to whether or not we've got a move that has completed, and we'll see where the euro finishes out the session at. Right now you're trading out 130.093. From a bullish standpoint, you want the euro to get back above 131 at 444. Why? Because you'd have a move, and you've got a Gartley buy on the Great British Pound US dollar currency pair. Have a great afternoon, folks, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
It's always better when we're together.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the